Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk, thinking right out here in the land. I do for you. Oh, I got something nice for you today. Hint, hint. Right is it was 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message, and the message in the story for life. I'm giving life lessons. You tune in to receive them. I appreciate you. Hope they're working out for you. You got a good thing going. Let's keep it going. I'm ready to do what I do for you. Duda, this one's for you. Right thinking mission. And yeah, that's what I'm on. Is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. That's my mission. That's what I'm on, to get all right thinkers to know themselves. So I'm doing what I do. Let's go. Let's get to this lesson. Do you know you? I asked the question because daily I try to give you some information to help you do just that. Know thyself. So here's the question. Do you know you? Which one of these are you? A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard that. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do. For you, stay tuned. I got you. I appreciate you too. A person who knows not and believes that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is asleep spiritually. I can awaken them. I'm a spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons, they reside in you. Right thinking, know thyself. And to my eye, be true. Today, being my old man's birthday, when I got a certain age in life, calling my dad just wasn't, it wasn't working. We became good buddies, but I also had him in high respect. So I nicknamed him Duddha. That's Buddha, which is the enlightened God in India, but I called it Duddha, meaning dad. So he's my daddy God conception. Okay, so the name Duddha comes with that. So the title, right thinkers, let's talk about wishing happy birthday to Duddha. Rest in peace, my man. Let's go. My old man was a man, and he taught me how to be a man. I love and thank him for that, and I give him the highest praise and respect because he's the one that created me physically, mentally, character-wise, so he gets the respect. Yeah, I want to be like my dad. My dad was my everything when I was coming up. I looked at him, with rainbow-colored glasses. He could do no wrong, and he did a lot of wrong, but that's neither here nor there. I know my dad was my everything. I know God is the ultimate father. Yeah, Parnetta. But I know the one who brought me into the world. Okay? I knew him. So the God in my imagination, the God in my consciousness, I experienced him. So I understand it's a big difference, trust me. So I know who is who. Bottom line. Right thinkers. First thing you need to do is learn and understand the fact that your God and Goddess is who? The ones who gave you life. All the aspects of God, yeah, that's fine, but you can pinpoint where you come from, who created you. That's what's important. That's the fact of life. This God that's inside us, eternal God, the spirit that's the God in us, we can learn him. We can become familiar with him. But the one who created you, right there, simple. So understand that. Watch this. Now, our God, aka the one supreme spirit, is the giver of all life, but it's passed down. It's called generation. He gave us the order to be what? Fruitful and multiply. So you got a male, got a female. They get together, their offspring going either male or female. I try to explain to my students. Oh, I'm just like my dad. My dad made no, you just like your mom. Why? But those chromosomes you got, you're female. Your dad, you'd have been a male. So this conception, now some things, it ain't what we believe, it ain't what we like, Some things are just a fact. Go with nature, understand nature, and stop fighting it. Man, Western civilization could care less about nature. Why? It's always in competition. And what they haven't figured out, and everybody been telling since the ancients, two things that's undefeated: Father Time and Mother Nature. Deal with them. You're not going to beat them, okay? You're only too short in the box with God. And life expectancy too short to outlast nature. So losing game to go against them. Work with them, understand them, and you'll be fine. God is spirit. Again, understand that. Man, human beings are physical, but without one or the other, we need both. We're spiritual beings having human experience. Spirit needs the body needs the spirit. Yin and yang. Come on, man. Simple. But when them come together, we are really one. Everything on the one, from the one, and about the one. Gone, but not forgotten. I mean, dude, I keep me there for a reason. This might get a little touchy. Didn't plan on that. I talk to my God, Duddha, aka William Savior, every day, sometimes at night. But when I'm in prayer, when I'm talking internally, that's what I'm talking to. There's a face to the spirit that I envision. That's why we have parents. We have ancestors. Get to that next. When I pray, I talk to my dad, my real true God, he who gave me life and raised me. So I have a God of my understanding. If young people, if you don't understand who your parents are, you need to do some work and get to understand it and show them respect and worship that they do. If nothing else, they brought you into the world. Now, what kind of person they was, that's not you to judge. We're not the judge of our parents. We're the judge of nobody personally but ourselves. But to pass experience on people for what you think they should have done, how you think, that's not right. So understand that. Respect and admire your parents. That's all I did for mine. Still do, always will. Next one. Where we at? Where we at? Okay. I wanted to be like my dad. And most children, male or female, your first hero, your first inspiration should be your parents. Brothers, sisters, uncles, aunts, but somebody who you actually see and you can, emulate because of what they're doing. Again, I want to be like my dad. Yeah, I already look like him, my dad. I emulated him for most of my life, doing things that. Hold on. Yo, man, I'm in the middle of another lesson. What the hell is wrong with you today, dude? What basketball game? Man, that was last week, dog. I did that already. You missed that, man. Oh, no. God, I'm sorry. I need to check the phone out. I'm gonna start checking the phone out, but I go into my lessons because I get a little noise. I push the wrong buttons. I don't know my sit on screen. So whatever you saw, I'm sorry about that. Moving on. I want to be like my dad. Look like him, all that good stuff. He raised me. Okay. Now I imitated my dad for most of my life. See the resemblance? Yeah. Okay. I still, excuse me, to this day, live by the life lessons that he bestowed on me all through my young childhood. All the stuff that I asked my dad about, I held that to memory. Yeah, my dad gave me some good information. So raising me to do what I did, right on point, no problem. He knew nothing about what I'm doing now, so I couldn't get that from him. All right, he gave me what he had. I'll take that. Quick pimp joke. Baby, where my money? She said, Daddy, I ain't got but $35. He said, I'll take that. So bottom line is, if they give it, you take what they got and appreciate it. All right, we are still tight when I teach God consciousness. Why? Because I'm teaching my lessons that I learned from my dad consciously. Now I'm teaching them because I learned them and I can pass them along in my lessons. And that's what I say. I got lessons that I learned from my dad. I keep them in my bag of tricks too. I got some. Trust me. All right. Now, talking to our ancestors, praying to the ancestors. I do it every week with my man Ray Higgins. But I have been doing that since I've been meditating. Praying to our ancestors is how you keep their spirit alive in their life. Why? If I stop bringing him into my daily life, he would cease to exist. I told you, God created man so man can create God. Why? He needs somebody to pay homage and respect to keep him going. So it's a thing of worship, and our ancestors are our physical gods who passed along, who we can talk to because they're there in spirit always, unless they didn't do enough to be respected and revered, to be talked about. Every time we mention them, they seem, just keep around. That's important. That's why we do it. Now, ancestral worship was our connection with our spirit of our family members since ancient times. I'm not going to call on somebody else's spirit. Well, I don't know them, but I'll call on my uncles, my aunts, my great uncles and aunts, anybody who during my lifetime. I just talked to my great great grandmother. Simple. You have a conversation and you remember them for who they was when they was in your life. You still get that memory. You still can relive that. That's important. That's worshiping. Okay. If we don't know how to praise and worship God, what would the purpose be? So that's the concept. Morning prayer. When I call out my ancestors' name, I actually say them out loud. I tell you, I don't pray out loud, but when I address my ancestors, I verbally say it, put it in the air, so I understand. And to keep their spirits alive in me, I exercise the right to verbally mention their names, not just in thought, not just in heart, but verbally saying it. Hecka, words of power. I'm putting their name out there, keep their existence. Duddha, I keep him in the mix. I have a lot of relatives, and I talk to them daily. Whoever comes to my mind from time to time, and that's all you got to do when you go into deep thought, you go into meditative state. Things just come. Things just I don't control that. That just let it happen. That's the art of meditation. That's the concept of communing with your higher self. Trust me. The older and the wiser I get in my life, the ancestors come to my mind just to say hi. And I appreciate that. Now I understand. Mm. Heart feels the mind, remembers. When you feel it, yeah, everything starts from here and then it becomes here. Okay, that's spiritual enlightenment. Heart, mind, coherence. Again, when they come together as one, beautiful things happen. One without the other is just halfway. Yin without the yang don't work. Male without the female can't work. Male and male, female don't work. Moving on. The same. That's natural. You always had my back. I thank you for that. Quick story. Oh man, this is going real long. Let me get moving on. When I was young, bad guys didn't bother me. Why? Because this phrase, that's Bill's son. Okay? Hands off, Bill's son. You don't want to mess. Why? You don't want to mess with. No, you might not want to do that. Okay? Quick story, a guy slapped me one time in the candy store around the corner from my house, and he was for the local thug or what it was. He had a little henchman up in there, and he slapped me. Wrong person. I didn't say nothing. Got up, went home, told my dad, called out North. Yo, man, somebody just hit my son. Two caddies pull up. We go out to the store. My man Ronnie goes up to the counter, looks around. My father said, which one? Pointed. My man jacked him with a fucking slapjack, screaming, bang! Upside his head. Don't you ever put your hands on my son. He went to him and the horn explaining, but all his boys stood right there and let him get jacked and didn't move a muscle. My man put him in check. So long story short, my man always had my back. I always got stories where he proved that. All right. Yeah, I guess you can call me the prodigal son, aka the favorite. Like Joseph and his brothers are jealous of him because he's the father favorite. I went through that. I understand that and get it. I understand, but then I'm the one. I don't know how that feels to be jealous or envious of somebody else. So I don't get caught up in that. But I was never so glad or proud to be Bill's son. This is a true story. Not a good one, but it's true. I gotta get this off because my man, things could have went real bad. back in my day, I would bring my triple beam scale, my wares, all my stuff, my works, and package up on a Friday afternoon down at the Lincoln Hotel, the Zanzibar, back in the day. So I get the room, I go in there, I'm set up shop, I'm in there, I'm loaded down, I'm getting ready. The door opens up. Security, house security. I'm done. Party's over. It's Friday afternoon. I'm like, uh-oh. I just knew it was wrapped and party's over. They handcuffed me, take other stuff, made me down to the office. I'm sitting there saying, oh man, I'm done. My man had a phrase. I don't know whether shit or go blind. I had that predicament right then, and I understood this is not a good position to be in. Long story short, I'm sitting there about 20, 30 minutes go by. So they waiting for their boss. The boss come in. Said, what you got? What you got for me? He said, he went in the office, he opened the door. He said, man, Bill, son. Mm. I leave it right there. So yeah, it got me out of a serious jam. So being Bill's son, I've never been so proud and happy. All right, had to get this story in, dude. And then I got another one. When I went to prison, starting downtown, Boardman downstairs, and I went to Caldwell, and every stop I made along the way, I had the title. I was known as Bill's son. I got dibs, I got, preference treatment. So again, Bill's son paid off, all right? Even when it was bad, and it was bad. So yeah, when I was locked up in Kansas, I got caught in Kansas. A lot of bad situations, but again, true to form, I'm 1,500 miles away. My dad called the prison. I done got locked up. I'm in there. I've been a day or so, whatever. I'm just trying to figure out what to do. I don't know what this shit to go blind. And the phone rings. We in the cell. Is anybody named Mark, right? I said, yeah, it's me. You got a phone call. They let me out. I go to the phone. I say, hello. He said, where you at? I said, where am I at? They say, Montgomery County, Independence, Kansas. Click. That's all. That's okay. That was, I think, Friday afternoon or something. So the next day, when I'm telling him about, I said, don't worry, my old man coming, the conference coming. Bottom line is, he came and got me. So we took care of that. So again, always have my back. I can't answer right now. I'm not doing that. I ain't got time for that right now. So let me wrap this lesson up. All right. Now, because of that, I'll end up with, I'll take the fall for you, a.k.a. I'll do bid for you. That's love. Okay? Yeah. When we was in illegal drug game, my old man made a bad business deal with undercovers. I ate that one for him. I ended up doing the time for him. And another story, good story. But I got institutionalized. I was crazy. Okay. And there was nothing I wouldn't do for my old man. Okay. For what I know about what he did for me, I'll do it all again. Okay. That's what that's about. When we was both locked up, again, not a good situation, doing a while. Yeah, we both in the boardman. When they called to get me bailed out, my man wasn't handling it too well. So I said, listen, my crew took care of that money, pulled up the money, got me out. Long story short, I said, no. Take my man. I know what he's going to do. So, yeah, always have his back. He always have mine. So, with that, knowing, happy birthday, Duddha. Rest in peace. And just watch your favorite son run and win at this game of life. I keep it best every day. You know how we do. I'm out.